Oh gosh. This is what I look like after 3 weeks in social distancing. Ugh. All right, so today we are learning about special triangles.
Well, isn't that special?
They're so special. Um, so special triangles are shortcuts, woohoo, that we can use for specific triangles. And the one we're going to learn about today is the 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, so let's get into the notes. You can download them and follow along if you'd like, or you can just watch. Get ready for an intense change in energy level. All right, everybody, week 2, we are doing some special triangles.
Well, isn't that special?
And the first one we are learning about today is the 30, 60, 90 triangle. And the reason why it's called that is because it's got one 30-degree angle, one 60-degree angle, and one 90-degree angle. So this shortcut, which I hope you're excited about shortcuts, is only applicable if the triangle has those 3 angles. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to call the short side little a. So little a. And just so you guys know, it's always, the shortest side is always across from the smallest angle, which is the 30-degree angle. So that would be this one right here. We'll call that little a. The long side is going to be the ratio a root 3. All right, the long side is always across from the 60 degrees. So in my triangle, across from the 60 is going to be a root 3, the a root 3 side. And then the hypotenuse is going to be 2a. So it's twice the length of this short side. Cool. So if we can remember those 3 labels, it's going to help us to solve the problem. So let's look at this example right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my sides with my a root 3, and 2a. So right away, here's my 30-degree angle. So across from the 30-degree angle, that's the shortest side. I'm going to put equals a. The longer side, the one across from the 60, now if you weren't sure, the 60 is the one right here, because it's the only other angle that isn't labeled. Across from that is going to be the a root 3. And then the hypotenuse is the 2a. Okay? Now, this one's pretty simple because what we have here is the number 5 that they've given us, the number that they've given us is actually the a, because usually our first step is to solve for a first. So once we know what a is, we can just kind of plug it in wherever a is. So in this one up here, this a root 3, we know that p is going to be equal to 5 root 3 because a is 5. And then down here, q is going to be equal to 2 times 5 because a is 5. So q is 10. So my answers are just 5 root 3 and 10. That looks like a 9. There we go. Cool. Okay, I know this is a really kind of long video, so maybe now would be a good time to take a break, stand up, clear your head. Make sure you pause the video first, though, because you don't want to miss what's coming up. All right, so let's do some more examples here. We are going to start again by labeling. So if we look at number 1, I'm going to start by labeling the short side is our a value. The longest side is 2a, and our side across from the 60 is the a root 3 side, and we always start with what we're given. We're given a is 7, so I'm just going to plug in a 7 wherever I see an a. So y is just 7 root 3. And then here, 2 times 7, so x is 14. There we go. Next example, again, start by labeling. So our shortest side is our a. The longer side is a root 3. And then our hypotenuse is 2a. And I'm going to start with this part right here because we have the 8. So I'm just going to solve for a. That's always our first step. If we don't know what a is, we have to solve for a. So we get a equals 4. That means wherever I see an a, I put a 4. So y is 4, and x is 4 root 3. Next example, again, shortest side is the a, longer side is a root 3, hypotenuse is 2a. I'm going to start with the number they gave me. They gave me the 9 root 3, so I'm going to solve for a. Divide by root 3, and look at what happens. They cancel out, and we get 9 as a. That means wherever a is, I plug in a 9. So x is 9, 2 times 9, 18 is my y. All right, next example. Again, we start by labeling. Our shortest side is a. Our longer side is a root 3. And our hypotenuse is 2a. We start with the number they gave us, the 3 root 6. I'm going to divide by radical 3 because I'm trying to solve for a. I need to get a alone. So if I divide by radical 3, this is why we did all that dividing and multiplying polynomials before, because now I can simplify this to 2. So our a is actually put right down here, 3 radical 2. Oops. Hee. Our 3 stayed the same, and we divided the 6 and the 3. Oops, I don't need to box that. So now I'm going to plug in 3 radical 2 wherever I see a. 2 times 3 radical 2. That would be 6 radical 2. So m is 6 radical 2. And then our a was just 3 radical 2. There. All right, last one. We are going to again start. Okay, last one. We are also going to start with labeling a 2a, a radical 3. And again, I have to solve for a first, so I'm going to divide by radical 3. This is why we did the rationalizing from before, because now we've got a denominator with the radical. I don't like that, so I'm going to rationalize. So I've got 12 radical 3 over 3. I can simplify that because 12 divided by 3 is 4. So my a is 4 radical 3. And my 2a is 8 radical 3. Done. So there are some practice problems down here that you can try on your own if you want. Otherwise, you could start the assignment before doing this. That's fine. I will put the answers to these two on your own examples in Schoology so that you can see if you're doing it correctly. Okay, so good luck with the special triangles. Check in with me during office hours or email me if you have questions or if you want to set up a video chat so that we can talk one-on-one. Or go through some examples or more homework problems together. And good luck and have fun. I miss you guys.